morning, good morning, good morning, and good morning to you. Hey, everybody, how you doing? Charles here, and welcome to another great show. Now, listen, I'm excited again because I got somebody in my industry. Yes, that's my industry, event planning. And you know what it is? Everybody asks me, is event planning a skill? Do you learn from it? What is it? I keep telling everybody, you got to have that love. You got to have that little tiny skill in it. And I'm going to bring to you and show you why I'm talking about it. So please welcome my special guest to help me out. Welcome to the show.
Hello, everyone.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me on here, Charles.
Listen, I'm excited to have you because I keep telling everybody, like, Charles, event planning, you went to school for. And then, listen, I'm telling everybody, it's a skill. You got
It
to
is.
have certain things. It's not just something you can study for and learn out of books. You have to have some type of love for it, some type of little knack and grow up and understand it. You know what I mean?
Right,
And you have
right.
an interesting background on how you got into it. So give us the nitty gritty. Who are you? Where are you from? Give us the background.
Okay, so let me give you some of the juice. So I am Adeola Damie, and I am the owner of Celebration Events Management. Basically, we are a boutique planning firm based in Ontario, Canada, and we do weddings, we do corporate and social events. Now, for me, my background, believe it or not, was in insurance and risk management. So I've been in insurance and risk management for over 10 years in the corporate world, 9 to 5. But I got my love for planning actually through my mom. So my mom used to be, well, in this part of the world, we'll call it an MC. So she used to MC traditional Nigerian weddings, and I would go with her, and I just fell in love with the culture, the beauty, and I saw that she's a type A, and I'm very much like her, all perfectionist, wanting everything to be a certain way. So for me, I just naturally gravitated towards events, and moving to Canada with my family. I was going to get married. This was 13 years ago. I was looking for a wedding planner. I found a few. I settled on one, and I eventually kind of hijacked my wedding planning from my planner. And after that amazing experience, I realized it was a lot of work. And everyone said to me, hands down, amazing job. Can you help me? Can you help my sister? Can you help my cousin? So I kind of fell into it again, by chance, and started doing it as a hobby. Fast forward a few years later, I said, okay, here's the thing. I love my hobby more than my 9 to 5. So I decided to take the leap, go brush up, do some schooling, and here I am, full-time event planning.
Well, I love that one part because I have a podcast called Jump. And that's what you got to do. Sometimes you just got to take that one step and jump
Yeah,
and see what happens. You know
yeah.
what I mean? Like people are complaining, "Oh, I got to go to work today. Oh, I got to do this." You wake up and go, "Whoo, what event can I do today? What next wedding do I have?" Like that's the difference between waking up angry and dragged out about your job and waking up with full life and enjoying what you do.
But you know what, Charles? The reality is what people don't understand. It looks like it's all, golden and diamonds. It looks fun, but
Mm-hmm.
the reality is being an entrepreneur is a lot of work. It's
Yes.
worth it. It is
Yep.
worth it, but a lot of sacrifice, a lot of sleepless nights. 9 to 5, you clock in, you clock out. But
Mm-hmm.
when you own your business, there is really no start and end time. Well, you can pick and choose, right? But the more you grow, there's a lot of hard work. And
Yeah.
as you grow, then you can relax and then, delegate and hopefully be able to pay people to do the work for you.
So let's talk about that one thing that you said. The glam and the bling. People come in and think it just, you went in and went, snap your
Mhm.
fingers, or remember that TV show I Dream of Jeannie? You walked in and went,
Poof.
okay.
It
Then it
doesn't work
happened.
that way. No, no.
Let's talk about that because, like I said, it's a skill. Let's talk about how you have to plan the color scheme, the style, get the client's information. How do they
Mhm.
want? What vision do they want? You know what I mean? They only see end result. Tell
Yes.
us from your start to finish.
Thank you for asking that question because a lot of times people think hiring an event planner means we go for food tastings, we pick napkin colors, we just, decide on no, it's way more than that. So, what I tell people is an event planner is more like your project manager. So, irrespective whether it's a wedding or it's a gala or it's a Christmas party, whatever it is, it's a project that you're going to be spending a lot of money on. So, it makes sense you're not going to want to take out your tooth and do it yourself. You're going to go to a dentist, right? You're not going to want to have a procedure done, a surgical operation, and try to do it yourself. You're going to hire a professional medical practitioner. Same thing with an event. So, event planning for us, it starts with the consultation. I need to understand your theme, your goals, what dreams you have, what exactly are you trying to achieve? Because a child's birthday party is different from a milestone birthday, like a 60th birthday. Also, weddings, are different kinds of weddings, right? So, consultation will then help me with trying to understand what it is that you're trying to achieve. And then we sit down and we actually map out what will make it work for you, Charles, and also what vendors will work for you.
So let's
That's another thing. Some
so let's
people think,
yeah, hold on. Let's go back one step because this I want people to understand. You're saying what vendors, what when do you start? Let's give them that. Let's give them that aspect, okay? So you have an event that you're actually going to in
this
this
weekend,
weekend. When
yes.
did you start this event? Did you do it yesterday? Did you start a week ago? When did you start?
Well, pre-COVID,
Hmm.
pre-COVID, we would plan events for up to a year and a half, sometimes 2 years in advance.
Right.
But now the pandemic has put everything upside its head. So I'm actually planning events now 6 weeks out, 3 months out. Yeah, right now it's a little it's very busy, but typically you can actually plan an event 2 years out.
Right. So 2 years out. So people are thinking, oh, she called her a month ago and it just happened. Because here's the thing, the two things that you said, the right vendors. Okay.
Yes.
So she wants, for example, she calls me to MC the wedding. She
Mm-hmm.
doesn't know that if I'm busy or not.
Right.
Okay. So can I do it? Can I not do it? No, she's got to move on to the next vendor and the next vendor, find the right one, the right fit. My style might not be the style that the client wants.
Exactly.
Okay. So I'm the crazy kind of guy. You know what I mean? I love making it loud and fun and partying, but maybe they want it, it's a 60, so they want it calm. They want it a certain way. She's got to find out the right MC for the right venue.
Correct.
It doesn't just happen, oh, I'll call this person. It doesn't work like that. You
And
have
it's
to
not only, and people just plan their weddings or their parties based on Instagram. It's not just about going on Instagram and looking for a list of vendors that planner or that person used. Oh, that person's party was beautiful. I'm gonna just copy the vendor list. No, because the vibe they're going for is different from yours. Their budget is different from yours.
oh,
The
no.
crowd,
Oh,
the guests, the
all
type
right.
of is different from yours. So you need a professional that understands what you're trying to do and would help you match the right vendor.
All right,
Mm.
let's talk about something you just said. All right, I want to put. Hey, I'm gonna even just type this out. All right, let me just put because this is all right. Let me just enter that and put it on the screen. Money,
Money.
okay? Budget, budget, money, budget. Okay, let's talk about that. I've talked to people, and I know you've come across it. And let's talk to Neely. They want what the other person did, like you said. They saw this, this, and this, but the budget's not there.
It's
Let's
not
be
the
real.
same. Oh my gosh. And this is something, again, I'm based in Ontario, Canada, right? But our
Hmm.
clientele is pretty much all over Canada, and sometimes we do destinations. So it's funny. Sometimes I post maybe a project that we did, and then I get a call from someone, and they say, "Oh, I want exactly that. I want exactly blah blah blah. Oh, Charles was amazing. I want him to MC." And then I ask, "Okay, what's your budget?" And something that maybe costs, again, I'm not trying to scare anyone, but something that maybe costs $100,000, and you tell me you have a budget of $20,000, that's not going to work.
But
It's
hold
not.
on. Okay, I'm laughing because here it comes. Ready? They have 20, but they're telling you this is what I want. So what do you do?
So I have to bring them back down to reality. Okay.
Okay.
And say, okay, let us break it down. You have $20,000. The question is, can you even achieve whatever the style of event you want for 20,000? If the answer is yes, then my job is to actually give them a blueprint of, okay, this
Mhm.
is what I can do with your money. You may not be able to get Charles, but maybe I can give you Bob,
Mhm.
right? Because based on Charles's experience, is his methods, his cost, his fees, Maybe you can afford it. But Bob might be equally good, but not as good. But you know what? Bob's what you can afford. So those are the things that where a planner comes in to still try and give
Right.
you the vision, but also tailor to your budget. Because I can work miracles, but not miracles that I can't work those kind of miracles. You know?
All right. So since we're on this, we're going to talk about the budget and the budget for an event planner.
Okay.
Okay.
I
Because because here's the thing, a budget for
Are we
event
back?
planner.
I think it's frozen. Hello?
Nope, you're here. I can see you.
Okay, good. I
Yep.
couldn't. It was frozen for a minute. What was the last
Okay.
thing you heard?
Nope, we heard everything. The budget
Good.
is key for Charles or somebody else, but the budget is key. So here's the budget. When the reason I'm sticking on the word budget is because the value of an event planner.
Yes.
Okay, the value of an event planner is the cost. They know their value. Okay,
Right.
she's been doing this for years. You can go to her website. You can see all the things: destination weddings, high end weddings. Here it is. So when she tells you, this is my cost, this is my fee, there's a certain reaction we get. We're going to
Yes.
talk about that right after the break. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back.
You're tuned into Black Business Live TV for culture, commerce, and community. The news stories we live, brought to you live 24/7.
All right. Just before the break, we talked about an event planner's budget. All right.
Right.
The value of event planner. So before we do that, let me just, give you some highlights here, show you what I'm talking about first, because I don't want to talk about it without showing you some highlights. Okay. There we go. Here's some of the weddings. This is from her website. You can go to her website and see the gallery, see what she's done. All right. So look at the weddings. Time, energy. Okay. All the services, it's right there. Okay. You can pick and choose, what you want to do. So when I say to you, an event planner says to you, fine, I can do this. Yeah. Here's my cost. Why are you freaking out?
Yeah.
Where is the budget going? What is the value? Let's talk about your value as an event planner.
An event planner brings so much to the table. It kind of breaks my heart when I attend an event that's been planned by family and friends. You can tell the difference. So if we are going to school, I'm training to do what? To produce an event. There's going to be a difference between having a professional versus using family and friends. Now, as a planner, my job is to create the concept. I also do design. Not every planner does design, but I do design as well. So basically the look, the feel. I'm also about the smells, believe it or not. So especially for weddings, you want people. As a child, I remember going for some weddings and I still remember how it smelled, So the look, the smell, food selection is important. Music, what kind of music? If you're having now at celebration events, we do a lot of multicultural weddings. So I'm African Canadian and I do have a lot of African Caribbean clientele. And for me, it's important that when people attend your wedding or your function or your social event, there's no confusion about who is actually being celebrated. If you are, say, you're Nigerian and all you hear there is soca music, then something's wrong. Right? So you need to make sure that you have a professional who would hire the right vendors. I remember attending an event and I was so confused because the people who were being celebrated, it didn't feel like it was their wedding, right? So the value a planner brings is understanding the clientele, understanding the vision, understanding what needs to be done, and putting all those pieces in and hiring the right vendors. Very important. Charles, we said that earlier. The right vendors is key. I'm also going to end by saying that the day of the event, what you see, the pre-planning is 60% of success. So everything you've done prior to, if you're successful and you do a good job, That's 60% pass mark. The day off is just 40%. So if you don't pre-plan properly, pre-produce properly, then on the production day, you're setting yourself up to fail.
Right. So at the end of the day, this is what people need to understand. The day pre-planning is one thing, but now you're at the actual event.
Right.
Okay. Now the stress starts. Okay. Now everything starts because everything is on your shoulders and you have to run around and make sure, wait, there's only 6 chairs. This is an 8-person
Oh
table.
gosh.
I need
Yes.
2 more chairs. Okay, wait. 1, 2. What is there a table missing? Why is there a table missing? Hold on. Let me find the floor planner. Here's my graph. Here's your graph. Look, you're missing a table.
Where are
Get
the couple's chairs? or or another one I experienced at another function as a guest. It was time to cut the cake, and there was no knife, no cake knife, no little forks, just little things, right? Even things as important as grandma needs to be on a wheelchair, and
Mhm.
we didn't make that room for the wheelchair to fit into the table.
Right.
Details such as we're going to be walking down the aisle at this time. This is the music to go in. This is what we want as the exit song. This is
Mhm.
those little details people tend to forget. And on the day off, you see the MC and the DJ running around trying to get details from the clients. No, we don't do that at celebrations. You
No.
need to pre-plan and get all that pre-production work done. So that
Right.
on the day off, you're just coordinating and making sure that everything works seamlessly.
Right, because I do special events as well, and the only people that's supposed to be talking to each other is me and you.
Correct.
Okay. Bartender needs something, I'll go handle that. Oh, so
Right.
DJ needs something, I'll get back to you. And if I don't know something as the MC, I'm like, where's my event planner? Okay,
Yes.
the DJ says he has to play this song, but on my list, it's first dance first, then mother's dance. Which order is it going? You tell me which way it goes. Then I deal with the DJ. We work together. She wants the mother dance first, then the first song. Okay,
Right.
no problem. So nobody knows when we're running around, what's happening, how many conversations we had. Our paper
No.
looks all messy.
Yes.
Scratches.
Also, what people don't understand is you have to go with the flow.
Yep.
Things might change on the fly.
Yep.
Right? So you don't want to leave those important details to family and friends. You want your family and friends to also enjoy themselves, right? That's why you need a professional. The value of a planner, I cannot overemphasize it enough, And another thing I would like to say on here to my people, I love the fact that you have a lot of people, diverse followers and viewers, but my African Caribbean people, what I've been advocating for the last 2 years since I've been doing this full time is stop underestimating the value of hiring professionals. It's nice that Uncle Bob is great at singing and emceeing. It's nice that Grandpa is amazing at entertaining. Hire professionals. Don't have your cousin take your photographs. Get a professional photographer. Don't have your uncle be the MC. I get it; he's amazing, but hire a professional.
What's wrong with Uncle Bob?
Uncle Bob's been doing stuff that a professional should do.
It's trying to save that dollar, which I understand. You have a budget. Okay, let's talk about that. You have a budget, I understand. But at the end of the day, it's budget and quality. Okay,
Right.
what are we trying to do here? All right, Uncle Bob takes pictures. Yeah, he takes pictures, but one picture, my eyes closed. Another picture, and turns sideways. The sun's coming in, so the sun. I'm a bald man, and the sun's just beating off my forehead into someone yeah, little things that a professional would know what to look for.
Right.
This is what we need to do. So I love that advice. Sometimes, okay, let's backtrack. I've had people that says, "Oh, I want my cousin to MC." Not a problem. I will work with your cousin. I will introduce your cousin and tell him, okay, it's time to go introduce this next thing. Okay, don't forget, it's time to go up there. When you go up there, remind everybody about house rules. Like, I will be there to help your cousin look great. You know what I mean? That's the other part about it. You can work with a professional and still make your cousin MC
A part of it.
But we're there to help them out look their best.
But you know what, Charles? One thing I find, I think people don't realize that because your cousin, your brother, your friend is funny, doesn't make that they will make a great MC. Because it's different when you're at home having a dinner party and when you're standing in front of 500, 200 people and
There
you're
you
trying
go.
to carry the crowd. And listen, we African Caribbean people, you know how we do. So when we're in public and we haven't seen Sue, we haven't seen Shanika for a long time, you know
Yeah.
how we act, right? Because we're excited. So you need someone who can carry the crowd, who can
Hmm.
control the event.
Yeah.
We call it a compare. A
Yep.
compare is someone who controls, who organizes, who orders the crowd.
Hmm.
So what's the point of spending all that money and people don't even, they're not listening? It's time
No.
for you to give your vote of thanks. It's time for you to do your dance and people are talking and it's a mess. No. We we I think one of my goals is bringing professionalism back
Hmm.
into our beautiful Black events.
Yeah.
So we know how to go have a good party. We do. But
Hmm.
there's something that I think we need to improve on, and that is that clean professionalism. One thing I love that I've seen in this last year is that now the magazines, the publications are now showing more of Black weddings, Black events, Black vendors, thankfully, due to Black Lives Matter. But before that, you open a
Yeah.
magazine and it's all white, right?
Hmm.
When I started having these conversations, because I started also doing a live show on Wednesdays on my Instagram, when I
Hmm.
started having these conversations, what they said is, well, we need to see a level of professionalism. We need to see clean, beautiful lines. We need to see things that our viewers will gravitate towards. So
So
if
hold on.
you want to be on a magazine, then you have to hire the right planner to
So
be able
what's
to
this?
deliver that.
I see clean lines here. I see
Thank you.
color. I see roses. I see a dress that looked like it came from outside all the way
Do
to
you see those
inside.
fountains? That was a full production.
Okay, so we have the ability to do what we need to do.
Right,
The question is, are you hiring us to do what we need to do? We went to school for it. I went to speakers training, how to handle a crowd, how to get Auntie into it, how to merge the two families together.
right.
These are things that professionals know how to do, and this is why you hire an event planner, because when uncle's getting upset because he didn't get his fish, you don't have to worry about that. That's what the planner is for. The planner
Right.
will go up and say, Uncle, don't worry, it's coming out of the kitchen, I got it. You've already talked to the waiter. The kitchen staff forgot, but you didn't forget, and he was like, don't worry, I told them you want it fried on one side and baked on the other side. It's coming out just for you. You got that.
Also, there's something else people don't understand. For us professional vendors, we have our code of ethics, right? So for me as a planner, I'm a certified wedding planner with the WPIC, which is the Wedding Planners Institute of Canada. Now, we have our code of ethics. There's certain professional things, there are ways you have to carry yourself. We can't accept kickbacks, for example. So if a venue says, I give you 10% off because you book me, I give that back to my clients. So at the end of the day, you're actually saving, because a lot of venues now, if they don't have their own in-house coordinators, they want a planner on to handle the wedding. Also, you have a professional MC, professional DJs. Again, we've said it, having family and friends is good, but if you really want that professional touch, hire the professionals.
All right.
Because yes.
So hold on. Let's do this. Let's help them out then. Before we let you go, how do you find a professional? How do you find a professional that's in the industry? Like, questions do they ask? Give them some hints. What questions should they ask looking for somebody that's a professional in the industry?
So in terms of, because there's different professionals, right? There are bakers, there's photographers, all of that. So most of us have associations that we're members of. But I think right now most people go on Instagram or Google, right? And
Yep.
there's also, for those who are getting married, they go on, say, Wedding Wire, The Knots, different things. Some people check magazines. But what I would advise, honestly, is when you do your research, don't just book based on what you see on Instagram. Call up that vendor. So call me up, have an interview, right?
Mm-hmm.
The first thing, again, no shame. I know you're an MC, but I always say hire a planner first.
Mm-hmm.
Hire a planner first, because we then have a broad spectrum of vendors that we work with that we can
Yep.
recommend to you. I already know that even though that photographer's pictures he has 1 million followers on Instagram, I already know that he doesn't keep to time. I already know that he would probably not deliver your album and your photos for 2 years. Is that what you want? So first of all, hire a planner.
Yep.
Do your research. There's a lot of amazing planners out there. depending on what you do. If you're Asian, Indian, whatever you are, some of us specialize, right?
Mhm.
So I do multicultural. Some people only do Jewish weddings. Some people only do Indian weddings. So figure out what it is that you want and then find that. No, you can check the WPIC website, which is the Wedding Planners Institute of Canada. There's a whole list there depending on the area you live in Canada. There's also destination. So I do destination as well. So there's destination planners depending on what you want. Do your research and interview them. Once you find the planner that your personality meshes with and your budget works with as well, because girl, a good planner ain't cheap, okay? So once you get that sorted, I believe the planner will then help you going forward with the vendor selections, venue selections, all of that.
But here's the thing I want to tell everybody. You say, yeah, a vendor ain't cheap, but in the long run, you actually save money.
Yes.
Because people don't know certain tips and tricks when other planners put certain things in their contract and you look over the contract and go, wait a minute. Why is this in here? You don't have to pay for this. Why? Because the hall already took care of that. So you can save another $300 off of this vendor. Oh, I didn't know that. Yes, because that's what we know. We're in the industry.
Right.
We see it all the time. No, she doesn't need the projector screen because the hall is providing the projector screen. No, she doesn't need this. So at the end of the day, the money you're spending on me, you're going to get it back because we know
You get it back.
We know the industry.
I agree with you. And that is very well said. I've had clients say to me, oh my goodness, hiring you was the best decision that we made. Because at the end of the day, you have someone, I wouldn't say stress-free, because even if you're doing a small birthday, there's an amount of stress, but stress less. My job is to make you less stressed. My job is to help you produce the kind of event that you've imagined that you're paying for. Also, I keep saying to people, it's possible for you to spend $5,000 and it looks like you only spent $500. But with a professional, when you spend $5,000, it better look like you spent $5,000 or more. So I'll leave that right there.
All right, stay tuned. We'll be right back.
CMJ Entertainment is a one-stop shop. CMJ Entertainment helps people do any type of events, and it's a marketing tool as well. So we'll cover everything from start to finish. If it's a wedding, we'll make sure your wedding is over the top. And if it's an event, we make sure that everybody gets information at the end of the day. Give us a call at 416-414-8964 or online, go to cmjent.com.
Now time for Pick 3!
Yes, it's time for Pick 3. It's our fun game where you become the host. So I'm going to ask you to pick 3 numbers between 1 and 10, and those are the questions I'm going to ask you. So give me 3 numbers between 1 and 10. Yep, go ahead.
I get to pick 3 numbers?
Yep, 3 numbers between 1 and 10.
1,
1,
4,
4,
and 6.
1, 4, and 6. Number 1, what is the one thing you wish you would have known before getting into this industry?
Oh my goodness. Oh gosh. Okay. So one thing that I wish I had done, that I had known before getting into this industry, there's a few of them. Okay. The one thing I'll share is that I kind of wish that I had taken the time prior to this to have gotten as much coaching and mentoring as I could have. Now I did that now, but it would have saved me a lot of headaches, a lot of stress. Also, I wish I had known that just having a pretty website and a pretty Instagram doesn't equal money.
I like that one.
Yeah.
I like that one. All right, number 4. What are some great resources that have helped you along the way?
Ooh, oh my goodness. I have resources that I live by as a planner. Okay, so I love Canva. Canva is a graphic tool. I love Aisle Planner, which is what I use for my clients right now. You know, we plan, it's a tool, it's a planning tool. I love my Google. Google Docs, Google Sheets. Oh my goodness. I love Dubsado. It's a scheduler. It helps with calendar apps. I love Calendly as well. It helps you with scheduling, because gone are the days when people email back and forth. Are you available? 2 p.m. No, nah. Let them fill it out, pick their dates, all of that. Nobody has time for that right now.
All right. And last one. What is the one myth about this industry you want to kick out the door?
That Black people are cheap.
Nice.
So I don't want you to think because of the color of our skin that makes us cheaper. No. Black people are equally as good, and we also deserve the same level of pay that you would pay a Caucasian professional, whether it's an MC, event planner, baker, whatever you pay them. Don't think that you would cut that cheap because now you're hiring a Black vendor.
All right, here we go. It's called the rapid fire. Are you ready?
Yep.
All right. So I'll ask you a couple of questions real quick before we let you go. And then you can explain, but you got to explain quick and we got to keep going. And then that's it. You ready?
Ready.
All right. Here we go. Favorite book?
Favorite book? Oh, gosh. Okay, it's rapid. Michelle Obama's is right here. Michelle Obama's Becoming.
Favorite meal?
Ooh, I love jollof rice and chicken.
All right. Favorite hidden talent? What's your hidden talent nobody knows about?
Acting. I actually am a good actress.
There you go. What song do you sing in the shower?
Oh, I love my Afro beats. Any Afro beats.
Okay. What is the one pet peeve at an event that you never planned?
Pet peeve an event I never planned. The MC getting drunk. Professionals don't drink on the job. We do not drink on the job.
I won't ask you about that wedding. All right, that just threw me right off. What was I gonna ask? Oh yeah, last two. Favorite dessert?
Ooh, cake and ice cream. I can't pick. Cake and ice
All
cream.
right, and the last one. What is your most beautiful venue that you love?
Ooh. Okay. I love the Living Waters in Collingwood, Ontario.
There you go. Check that out. If you want her help, it's 647-893-1114. That's 893-1114. Listen, I'm so happy that you could jump on today. This is my
Me
industry.
too.
I love explaining to everybody what we do. You know, the love that we have for this. It's a love. And people need to understand that we do this because it's a straight love. So thank you so much for joining us on the show.
Thank you, Charles, for having me. I had fun. Thank you so
All right.
much.
Remember, if you're doing something, do it to the utmost. Get a professional. We're there to help you make it over the top. Why should you worry about anything? Why should you stress yourself out? That's what we're here for. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Bye, everyone.
Has come to an end. But the fun doesn't have to stop here. If you have any questions, suggestions, or feedback, head over right now to Twitter and Facebook and like, share, and get involved. Join us next time.
Please be advised that this podcast is meant for educational and informational purposes only and is in no way a replacement for legal or medical advice. The opinions contained within are solely those of the interviewers and interviewees and should be received as so. Those seeking help or advice are encouraged to